can't say for this genre or for this amount of work it should cost this. There are some kind of guidelines, like in the US, a AAA title is $60 US. Over here it's 110. But apart from some very kind of simple rules, there's not a lot of metrics, unlike other industries where it's carefully considered of the kind of the effort for the sellability of an item. So it's actually that chaos of this industry that's actually created this kind of flux of price, and it's a strange thing indeed.
I definitely agree that it would be nice if someone was willing to pay as much for my game as they are for Gears of War, although I am a little bit concerned about making a game that Village Roadshow is willing to publish, or maybe Walmart. I don't necessarily want them to decide, be the only decider on what can actually get through the customer.
One of the things with price is experiment with the pricing as well. One of the things I did was I wasn't sure with most of my titles, and I started at $20. I tried I tried $9 or $9.95. I actually finished up my main titles on $14.95, and since with the sweet spot my titles, I'm getting 40 to 50% more sales than I was at $20, but only about 5 or 10% less than I was getting at $10. So experiment, play around. Whether you do it via limited discounts or however you do it, you actually find a sweet spot for each item.
That's the advantage of digital publishing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to just open up to the floor if anyone's got any questions to aim at these brilliant guys.
Yep. Just sort of following on from that last topic, how do you set a price for your game? Going back to the previous topic of outsourcing, if you want to bring in an artist to bring in a certain visual style that you can't produce yourself, how do you work out, like, are there set market rates for that? Or, I mean, I'm really bad at haggling rather, so I mean, if you're interacting with other people in a local community to sort of bring in talent that way, can you sort of work out other non-monetary, favours for favours kind of a thing?
It varies so much depending on, you could go out to Brazil or Peru and get an artist there, which is probably fantastic. But that's nothing. But you have to get in contact with, of course. I don't think there's any comparative pricing for artists.
Not really. And if that guy in Brazil is fantastic, probably knows it, and he's probably charging US market rates. Because it's a global economy, and I think artists don't tend to undercut each other because you do get paid for.
You've also got the profit share model, which is, we all work on a game. When it comes out, we all take a slice of the pie. That does have caveats. Anyone who's working on multiple projects, at the end of the day, they need to eat and they need to pay rent, and the paid projects will always trump the profit share projects. So understand what you're getting into if you're going to go the profit share route, especially if you've got talented individuals that are working on multiple projects.
I would just also say that because I did pretty limited outsourcing, one of the things that I did learn from the outsourcing I commissioned was that roughly, if I knew that I could do the task myself in, let's say, 10 hours, then I'll generally be looking at the outsourced person to do it in between 15 and 20. It's unrealistic that the people you commission to do work is going to work as fast as you, because they don't have the best interest and they're desperate to get things done. So make sure that you're realistic on how much time you allot for the project. But for me, it was about 150% of what time I would spend on it, which generally how long it took in terms of man hours. In regards to a rate, whatever you're comfortable with, you pay for, absolutely. And sometimes we're paying a little bit more, but only commission work that you can afford to pay for. Don't commission it for less just because you can't afford more, because you'll end up with something that you can't use.
I've got a question, guys. Obviously, you're all very accomplished developers, but how do you go about self-development? Do you rely solely on the experiences from each game that you make, or do you guys set aside time for whatever discipline it may be, sharpening your marketing skills or knowledge, increasing your understanding of art, whatever it may be. Do you guys set aside time for your self-development, or do you just let it evolve throughout the process of your work?
Yeah, for me it's evolution. I think self-development seems like a real luxury. You just got to sort of do what you got to do when you got to do it. And unless you've got, I don't have an iPhone, so anytime I'm on the train, I can read books and stuff like that to polish up my skills. I couldn't just read Kama Sutra on my iPhone if I had. But I find that you got to look at when you've got downtime, and stop watching TV, for example. You can have a lot of time to polish these kind of skills. And I find that the latest articles, and I'll say it again on Kama Sutra, because it's a website written by industry veterans, and they know what they're talking about, and it's always the latest and most interesting stuff.
Yeah, I was just wondering what you guys thought of. You got Fruit Ninja, which is the #1 game or popular game, and then you got suddenly Vegetable Samurai come out. Do you think that Apple should be protecting original games so Vegetable Samurai is not ripping off or taking away from Fruit Ninja?
Personally, I think it comes down to the platform. It's very apparent due to the mass saturation of the iPhone that Apple don't really care. It's a game, it works, it does not break the iPhone, therefore it passes their requirements. On other systems, like if you did massive plagiarism on a console, if you made an unabashful Call of Duty clone, then you'd probably get it through, but maybe something else. Yeah, so if it was something so blatantly copied on a more kind of regulated platform, then yeah. Apple is a strange one in that as long as it works on their phone, they don't much care. Well, it happens. Like when the Flight Control came out, there were like 10 clones of it within a few months.
I think it protects itself to some degree, like people. That's just good for flight control on the flight. Or maybe there's a flight control so much that
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, quality will kind of supersede when it comes to imitation.
Also, I don't think it's Apple's job to police it, and I think at the end of the day, it's something that I personally don't think people should worry about. There's 90 million iDevice users out there right now. There'll be 150 million before many of you really game out. You know what? There's enough customers out there, it really doesn't matter. And the chances are, if they buy one, they'll buy 2 of them or 3 of them anyway, and you'll get your sale anyway.
Okay, we've got one more question. That'll be quick.
I guess it's more of a comment than a question, but just on the having time for self-development and getting things done. Something I found really, really helpful was using the parental filter on my router. Just block all the websites, block YouTube, block Facebook, anything I read. So, because I have this compulsion, I'm like, oh, I have to do something that, is hard. I don't want to do that. I'll just check Facebook. And then if you get a, access denied message, that makes you go, oh, right, okay, now.
spending time on Facebook actually helped me read brilliant people. So I haven't necessarily on Facebook so much. I never would have connected my game to Facebook in the first place. Now I've got 7,000 Facebook fans. So procrastination does have its ups.
Okay, just to wrap up, it's not very often that indies get a chance to be in front of people, and so I think it's important that they just... Real people. I think it's important here, just for, if any of the guys here just want to pimp their stuff and say what the game is, where they can get it.
I actually have a trailer I can show, which somebody else wants to talk while I fill around with that.
Yeah, you can see my our latest game for Playbit Entertainment, which is MindQuest. You can see that in the Experimedia Lounge. Come and have a play and tell us what you think about it. It's going to be on Facebook in about 3 or 4 weeks, and it's going to be awesome.
If you start with Doodle Fine, just jump on an iPhone or an iPad, just jump on and download that, and then see every other day.
Any Twitter addresses that you want them to follow? Oh, start.
Just
Please.
talk to the K, K-L-I-C-K, T-O-C-K.
Sector 3 games, number 3.
Play bit ant, so that's all just one word, just play bit and then ant at the end.
9 Up Two-Man Games. Andrew is, what are you, Andrew? Brawson. At Brawson.
If you're joining me, you're getting something.
That's one. That's one small step for dog, one giant leap for canines. Drink, drink, drink.
What did you say?
Why don't you send on that rover, Bob? He owes me money.
So what you're saying is you're a useless lover?
Clown. It's time I get me out of this cage, jam bucket. Bring you the pirates.
I hope Clara doesn't mind that I'm inheriting her dead father's possessions.
What's your name? That's James Rover to you, you filthy pirate.
Guys, James Rover.
Julie Rover. James Rover. Jolly Rover. No, it's Jolly Rover. Stop being a fine pirate name. Oh, hello there, Piggly Wiggly. That's one small.
And I'll just ask if you can put your hands together again for the full panel.